Notts County Talk, it's finished Notts 2, Chesterfield 2. I'm joined by Colin. Happy with that?
Yeah, I think I've come away happy. I probably wasn't happy up until the 60th minute, and I think there's quite a few Notts fans that would share that. But yeah, I feel that we've come away the happiest set of fans. You know, we've come away with the momentum. They've gone away with a bit of frustration. I think we heard the Chesterfield fans' reaction to the final whistle. So I think we've got to be pleased with that, and I think we've served a little bit of a dent into their aspirations, and also we've learned a few positive things about ours.
Yeah, definitely. I want to bring it back a little bit to the lineup. So it's 4:20. The lineup's come out. What did you think?
I thought it was a bit of a risk, if I'm honest with you. You know, I understand the need to try and change things around. Le Mans was one of the concerns that I had at right wing back. I was a little bit worried defensively that they'd be able to target him. But credit to him, I thought he did really well. I think, reflecting on the game, I think Williams probably identified a weakness down their left-hand side, so obviously he wanted to attack down the right. I think if you look at where the second goal came from with Austin down that right-hand side, I think they'd obviously identified something and worked on that, and I thought he did really well. I felt the midfield, and I think we've got big question marks over the midfield anyway. I think that certainly, I'm not going to identify, or target anyone deliberately, but I think Job, struggled a little bit. O'Brien in the central mid, got caught in possession a couple of times. I think he gave away a yellow card because of that as well.
Yeah.
So I think we had a few sort of issues, and my biggest concern probably was Ruben, getting him into the game. I felt that we really struggled to get him into the game. I understand what we were trying to do. Two central midfielders dropped a little bit deep, create a bit of space for Ruben to play in, but the ball never seemed to come into the middle. And I think we only really saw Ruben come into the game in the last 15-20 minutes, and I think it was significant. The only way we got him into the game was coming out wide left like he did against Forest in the pre-season, and created some space for himself there. So yeah, there's a few question marks over there, but obviously going home pleased as well.
Yeah, I just want to talk about Langstaff as well. How exciting is it to watch him play?
Absolutely, and it's really good to have a finisher that you've got faith in. I think we've struggled as a club consistently to have that striker that you've got faith in to score. I know Wootton scored goals consistently but didn't always have the fan base's faith. Langstaff has hit the ground running. That's what you want to see from a striker, and I think the way he finishes, obviously headers, the fact that he takes long shots to it with both feet gives us confidence, and I think he's feeding off that confidence. But I think also I'm really interested now, Austin seems to be unlocking that as well. It was a beautiful cross for him to score. And it's about finding ways in, because I'll be honest with you, I know Mitchell takes a lot of flack. I thought he did all right. I thought he worked hard first half. Yeah. But they looked like two strikers who didn't have a partnership. They were two individuals just ploughing their own game. Yeah. Whereas I think, hopefully we all think Kedwin Scott, building on that relationship that they've got with Gateshead, are going to be able to unlock some defences. So I think we've got some more positivity to come, even though we started really well.
Yeah, definitely. Onto the substitutions then. What did you make of the subs and the timing?
I mean, the subs were needed, I felt, and were necessary. And I think, credit to Williams for making those changes. I think one of the criticisms we had over previous managers has been that they've not always been the most proactive in terms of substitutions. I think they carried on in that same way. I think he was still determined to expose their left-hand side and make sure that our right-hand side was strong and going down there. And so he kind of built on that plan. It wasn't like a complete change. But I mean, you only have to look at the role that Austin played, I think, in the game. Finding those little spaces, overlapping Nemain and getting those balls in was fantastic. I still think we need a few options though to come off the bench. I think, like I say, if it hadn't worked, have we got a third option that we're going in there? I'm not quite sure. So like I say, I would like to see dip in the market, particularly as we lost Vincent. I'd like us to have a few more options off the bench. I think they look pretty strong, Chesterfield, in terms of the options they brought on, and I'd like us to be as strong as that.
Final question then, what did you make of Chesterfield today?
They were good, they were physical, great gamesmanship as well, let's be honest. I mean, some of the things they were doing off the ball to slow things down, they knew that when Notts had the ball that they wanted to stop it early, and they did, either through really solid tackling or, like I say, through shall we say, a little bit of sportsmanship, a little bit of pulling the shirts, that sort of stuff. They exposed a weakness that I really feel that Notts need to address. Not wanting to end this on negativity, but the amount of crosses they got in behind our three centre-halves, and I'm not blaming the three centre-halves, but like I say, they got in crosses behind, direct balls, low, hard. We've got to stop them, and they got a goal from it, and they could have had a few more as well. So they credit to them, they understood where the weaknesses were, they exposed those gaps where the wing-backs were, and we've got to learn a few lessons, and it's that quality that's going to teach us those lessons. No disrespect to the rest of the National League, we might not get those lessons at some of the places that we've already been and some of the teams have already been, so we needed that exposure.
Absolutely. Colin, thanks for joining us.
No worries, thanks.
Thank you. Cheers.